Hey everybody, this is Erica from the Classy Climb blog. I'm trying to not be super angry when I do this this quick video, but we have to really address this. The Nation just did an article about it's going to take 228 years for the average black family to get the equal wealth of whites. Stop right there. Stop right there. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. We in the financial community who learn about financial education already know this is a victim story. This is they'll never make it. Black people will never make it. They'll never be wealthy. And it subconsciously plays in the mind of children, teenagers, people in college. It's a lie. Here's the facts. If you make 70 to 80,000 a year, you're already making above average of what the average American is making, which is 50,000 or less. And that is the threshold, for whatever reason, for more investments and more saving. If you're a truck driver, a plumber, a AC repairman, a construction business that's doing really well, if you save 20% of your income for the next 4 to 6 years, and I don't mean just save, I mean, buy a cheap house, I mean, invest in some land, invest in Lending Club, invest in monthly dividend stocks, just have investments, insurance, you already will be wealthy. Now, people are going to say, Erica, that's not true. Yes. If you make 80,000 a year as a truck driver and you save 20 grand of it every year, you can even say 16,000 of it every year. And at the end of, let's just say 20 grand to keep it simple, 20 grand, at the end of 4 years, you have $80,000 you've invested. Invested whether it's in stocks, whether it's in land, whether it's in small businesses, wherever you've invested it. You're already a foothold above many Americans because the average American only has $5,000 saved. The average American can't get $1,000 for an emergency or even $500 for an emergency that happens in 24 hours. So you have to think about that. That means so many people are not saving, they're not investing, and they're not creating wealth. Let me give you another statistic. If you buy 3 rental properties, you are already outside the average American. Outside of actually the higher percent of Americans too, because the average American can, wealthy middle class American could have a second home. But the third home, that already puts you out there at the higher 1%. Now let me even kick you even more. To be a 1%er, guess how much income you need? $400,000. That's it. Not $1 million, not $2 million, not 20 million, 400,000. And so we're getting wrapped up in this scenario of, oh my God, I'll never make any money. I'll never have any wealth. My family will never be as wealthy as whites. This is bullcrap. We already know Asian Americans are more wealthy than whites. There's not that many Asian Americans in America. Now, we have like 6 million total. And they are on average wealthier than the average white person. Why? Because their average income a year is $70,000 to $100,000. But average is like $71,000 a year. The average white person income comes out to a median of like $68,000 a year. Okay, so what does that tell you? If you get to 70,000, you're doing like the Asians. Now, let's even put it in perspective. 1 in 5 people are making $100,000 a year. Those could be engineers, those could be doctors, those could be small business people. Think about that. 1 in 5. So it's possible. It really is possible to make more income. It's possible to have money to invest. It's possible to have money to buy smaller rental properties. Let's not buy into this victimhood story. It's just not true. And you have to do what it takes to make small steps in your family. If you're a family, a husband and wife, it's just you two, and you two are coming out of college with college debt, and you both work a lot of hours. Let's say you both work in 2 jobs, which would be kind of rare. I meet a lot of couples where the husband might work 2. But if you get your income together up to 150, right? Or 200,000 between the two of you. You're both just high-paid engineers or something. The amount of years it would take for you to be completely debt-free and to swipe your slate clean could be anywhere from 5 years to 7 years. Could be anywhere from 3 years to 4 years. It depends on how hard and how focused you are of getting rid of that debt, or how hard and how focused you are in investing the income you're making. People don't realize, a lot of people, if they saved up, let's just be easy with it, $500,000. And you're like, whoa, Erica, that's a lot. It's true. They could retire. They could retire for 10 years. Could be they want to do more. But a lot of it is just investing. They don't even have to have that much. Some people have bought 3 or 4 rentals, $30,000 houses that is paying them a total of $3 or $4 grand a month at the end of the day in rental income, and they're done. And they don't have to work. They're just paying off the houses. People are making this so much more complicated than it ever has to be. A great blog to check out is Mr. Money Mustache. Gosh, there's several ones I could just list on and on and on. But hopefully I'll get to go to FidCon this year, which is the financial con. It basically is a conference full of all the financial bloggers of the whole United States. And there are people out there living free. There are people out there having a great life. There are people out there with rental income and they don't work. There are people who are having, you know, a minimalist life and are free. So don't buy these articles that are just full of junk and full of crap. Now, if you're making $80,000 a year and you go out and get an $80,000 BMW and a $400,000 house and all these extra trappings, which I call them trappings, it's going to take you a minute to get down from there. It's going to take you a minute to be free financially of that. It just is. That extra money you could be putting away in your retirement accounts and investment accounts, you're using to pay off that house and that car. So look, get the income up to 70 minimum. Some people are going to say, how is that possible? If you don't do nothing but drive for Uber every night or deliver pizzas and get an extra $2 grand every month, go with your regular monthly income, you got to figure out a way to get the numbers up for yourself. But look, passive income, investments, check out the book I have, Money on Tap. Check out Ladder Income. Check out these things. I've put them out there. I'm showing the way. It's not as hard as they're making it seem, and they're just driving me crazy with these bullshit articles. I mean, a lot of it is access to credit. If some of these families had access to credit to buy a fourplex, a duplex, a house, they could save money. And then take the other money and invest it. And you're going to say, how, Erica? The average home in some of these southern states, especially North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, is a $20,000 to $70,000 house. That's the averages. Now, the mortgage is going to be anywhere from $200 to $300, you know, and you're done. But when you turn around and you rent this same exact house, 1984, you know, updated kitchen, you're turning around renting it for $1,000 a month, $800 to $1,000 a month. You're squeezing your income you have to invest. But imagine if you paid only $300 a month for that same house. You'd have extra $700 a month to put somewhere. So anyway, this is Erica, Classy Klein Blog. I'm sorry for that little mini rant, but I had to do it. Stop reading these articles that are just full of lies, and they're comparing the average American making $50,000 to someone who's making $1 million, a 1%er, a Bill Gates. There's so much opportunity in this country. Get your credit clean. Get some more income up. You guys have an awesome day.